Well, hello guys. I decided I'm going to make some potato soup with my ham bone. With half the ham bone anyway, because I'm not making that much soup. And it's got plenty of meat on it. I'm putting in one small diced onion. I'm going to bring it over here and put water in here to cover my bone. Going to turn my burner on. And I'm just going to bring that to a boil, turn the heat down a little bit, and let that bone just cook for a couple of hours. Because I want it to where the meat will come off of the bone, just fall off of it basically. And then later, after that bone is cooked for quite a while, I'll probably just go ahead and add my seasonings. I mean, I can do it now. Black pepper, garlic powder, salt. Where's my salt? I'm going to go ahead for time's sake and use my crushed garlic that's in the jar. Put about a tablespoon, or not tablespoon, a teaspoon of that. I'm not going to add salt at this point because I know that ham bone has got salt. Put a little bit of pepper. Garlic powder. And another thing I like to use is just chicken bouillon. Not much of it because it's going to taste like the ham. But I like to put a little bit in there because it's got seasoning in it that makes your soup really good. Well, like I say, I'm going to boil that, cut the heat back down and let it simmer. And it's going to simmer for a couple of hours because I want all that flavor to cook out of the ham bone into the broth, so it'll give the soup a really good flavor. Put my lid on it and see if we can't bring that to a boil. I'm going to leave my seasonings there, put my garlic up and my onion because I don't want it to stay out. Let's see. I wanted onion powder, and I don't know where it is. Here it is. I always like onion powder, even though I put onions in there. I put just plain onion powder because it does give it a good flavor. Maybe about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Or you can put a whole teaspoon. It's up to you. Now, like I said, we're just going to let that, drop garlic on there. Like I said, we're going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to simmer it for a couple hours, and then we'll be back. Well, we're back. Checking on my ham bone. And I think what I'm going to do is take that ham bone out. Let's see. I'm going to take the ham bone out of the pot. Because I don't mind some of the ham being in my potatoes. Turn that down just a little bit, but I'm going to let that cool off. Keep that going. And we're going to come over here and start working on our sorry. I don't start coughing until I start talking. And then I go crazy coughing. And I'm sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to come over here and peel our potatoes. And I'm using red potatoes for my potato soup this time. And I'm just going to scrape them with this potato scraper. And try not to hit my finger. The less damage I do to my hand, the better I like it. And it doesn't matter if I leave a little bit of the peeling on there. You can eat peelings off of a red potato. I'm not sure how many of them I'll need. But these things are eyeing up. They want to be planted. I wish it was the time of year I could plant them. You can use any kind of potatoes in your potato soup. I like to use the red potatoes because they don't fall apart as easy as the white potatoes. But you can certainly use white potatoes. Tell what you're seeing over there. It's raining pretty good out there. It's been raining all afternoon. Well, it started about noon. You know, it started raining when I was burning the boxes outside. It's been raining ever since. It's actually even started raining harder since then. I love to listen to it rain. I guess coming from North Carolina where it rains a lot, I'm used to hearing it raining. And it seems kind of quiet if I don't hear it raining. Kind of a bad spot on that one. But you save a lot of your potato when you use a scraper like this instead of peeling it with a knife, because you don't cut as much of the peeling off. And I've seen some people that really didn't know how to use a scraper. They try to put it on there and pull it back toward them like that, and that's very difficult. That's because I guess they never used a scraper before. just going to come over here and try to chop up my potatoes a little bit. And I do like them in kind of small pieces when I make soup. You can cut them any size you want, but I like to cut them in smaller pieces. You can kind of see how I cube them up. These cool days that are coming up, this soup is going to come in awfully good. Just threw part of it in the sink. Oh well, I can get them. Sink's clean. That should be plenty of potatoes. Got this bowl full of them right here, so that should be enough. Go ahead and add my potatoes. Ooh, that lid's hot. Oh. Landslide. And this is where I go ahead and pull a little bit of the ham, the good ham, off of the bone and just throw it in the pot. Because there's still quite a bit of ham on this bone, believe it or not. There's nothing in here I'm allergic to that I'm cooking, but I'm coughing, y'all, and I can't help it. I just try not to cough on the food. Turn the heat back up a little bit. And there's quite a bit of ham pieces in there that I got off of the bone. I mean, enough for soup, you know, because you got all the flavor of the ham bone in the soup itself, the bone. I'm probably going to have to add just a little bit of water. Go ahead and let the water get hot so I can put hot water in there instead of cold. Well, you know what? I think I might add milk, because I'm going to add cream to it anyway. I'm going to add, instead of water, I'm going to add in the milk. And I got cheese. Well, if I can stop dropping stuff on the floor. This is the one I was trying to get. I'm putting some Velveeta cheese in it, if I can get it out of the box. Now, if you have shredded cheddar cheese, mild cheddar, or sharp cheddar, and you want to use that, feel free to go ahead and use that. I'm out of that right now, so I'm just going to use this. And I'm just basically, I'm sorry I forgot to move the camera. I'm just going to cut it in chunks to melt it in there. This is going to make some good soup. Use any kind of cheese you like in your potato soup. I usually like to use either the Velveeta cheese or the sharp cheddar, or I like to use mild cheddar, or even the triple cheddar is good. But this works good too. I thought my camera was still so it showed you what I was doing over here on the edge of the sink with my cheese. Sorry about that, y'all. But this is what I just put in there. I just cut a hunk off of it and chopped it up and put it in there. It'll melt down just as good, if not better, than the cheddar cheese anyway. And it's going to taste as good. I'm also going to put just a little bit of evaporated milk in mine instead of cream, because the evaporated milk is kind of thick. I mean, it's rich, not thick, it's rich. So I'm putting the evaporated milk in mine. Feel free to put sour cream, heavy whipping cream in it, whatever you like to put in there. This is just what I've got on hand, and this is what I'm putting in my soup today. See how fast it melts down? It's already basically melted. Now we're just going to bring it to a boil and then cut it back to a slow simmer and cook our potatoes. Well, y'all, I think my soup has been cooking long enough. I think the potatoes are done. Oh, that looks creamy. I don't know if you can see that, but that looks so creamy. Look at that. Really creamy. And all those bits of ham in there off of the bone. Man, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. I'm going to ladle out a bowl of it. And I did make a mess. But don't that look good? See if I can get this camera moved back. Whoops. There's my potato soup, y'all. Now, most of the time I would make cornbread or biscuits. I've already got, I forgot all about it. I've already got a Mexican cornbread muffin left. So guess what? I'm eating my Mexican cornbread muffin with my with my soup. Oh, that looks so good. Dear Lord, bless this food we're about to eat. God bless all the people watching. Bless everybody. Keep us safe. Amen. I gotta try this. Oh, it's so hot. It's hot, y'all. And it's so creamy. Now, for you people that are give me a minute. For you people that are lactose intolerant, you can't have the milk, the cheese, the evaporated milk, or any of that. Leave that out. Don't put it in there. Because you can make potato soup, and a good potato soup, with just the seasonings, the ham bone, your potatoes, just like this. Just omit the milk. And I did do a video on making a pot of potato soup without the milk and without the cream and all that stuff. So anybody that can't have the milk products that are lactose intolerant, then they can just leave the milk out and still have a good potato soup. And I was trying to cool this. Mmm. That is so good, y'all. I mean, you might want to experiment. Put jalapeno cheese or different types of cheese in your soup. You don't necessarily have to have cheddar cheese. Mmm. Those potatoes are done to perfection. And see, they still stay in cubes. Whereas the white potatoes a lot of time will just mash up. The white potatoes are the best to make your cream potatoes with. But if you're going to cut them up in a soup or something like this, you want to use the red potato. Because it stays in a square better. Mm-hmm. Get me a bite of my cornbread. That is some good eating right there, y'all. Y'all try it. That's good right there. With the other half of the ham bone, I'm going to make some lima beans one day. Not coming up too soon. Because I've had enough peas for one year. So we'll talk to you later. Bye now.